Welcome to Sunday School for CEOs, where your next level in business starts with a mind aligned with God as boss. I am Jenny Bitner, ordained spiritual minister and business leader of over 20 years, and I have chased the titles, the money, the recognition, only to realize that the real pursuit is in experiencing mind miracles every day. This podcast is here to show you how, from real life, real stories, real shifts from fear to love. So let's dive in. Okay, if you are new here, I take real questions from real people, real clients, real friends in business who have asked me questions related to challenges that they're facing in business and how I would approach this through the lens of A Course in Miracles, through the lens of my metaphysical ministry, and how we would look at this if God was our boss. What would he say? How would he guide us in these certain circumstances? Okay, so I'm going to start off with our first question here. And so here's something that one of my clients was experiencing. She said, the actual challenge I'm experiencing is that I'm trying to create a completely new business from what I had been doing, and my posts and invitations aren't converting into signups. I would love guidance on how to shift my perspective to support me in growing this new business, even when it doesn't look like anything is happening. And then I'm also going to kind of piggyback because the next question that a client asked was she kind of said, same. I closed down one business that was energetically outdated and started a new one. I received the downloads and confirmation of next steps, but minimal conversion. So I'm gonna piggyback these two together. And so what I want to say here is that you may be moving through right now a space between inner guidance and external evidence. And that space can feel very, very vulnerable. So, according to A Course in Miracles, the ego wants immediate proof that you're safe, that you're valuable, that you're successful, that you're on the right path. So, when posts don't convert or invitations don't lead to signups, the mind can quickly interpret that as nothing is happening. Maybe this isn't working. Maybe I'm failing. Maybe I wasn't supposed to do this. Maybe I should have stayed doing what I was doing before. Maybe this wasn't the right direction. Maybe that was the wrong guidance. Maybe I heard it wrong. Maybe the nudge was wrong, right? Our mind can spiral. What we want to remember is that appearances are not reliable indicators of the actual truth. Something I want you to really, really know is that sometimes the most important growth is actually happening beneath the surface. It's happening in your trust, your ability to stay consistent, your willingness to extend love without getting immediate validation, and even your ability to remain aligned when results feel very delayed. So the ego would say to us, if this works, I will feel secure. If this works, I'll keep going. I will keep going because then I'll know other people want what I've got. Whereas spirit, Holy Spirit, will reframe that thought, that ego thought, to sound something like this. Can I continue showing up from love and service, regardless of what that looks like today? Can I still show up even if the world is not clapping for me? Can I continue to post on social media even if my likes aren't there and comments aren't there? And I asked people to DM me at the end of my post and nobody's in my DMs right now. Can I still be consistent? Can I continue showing up from love, offering this service regardless of what happens on the back end of that? Now, this doesn't mean that we stop refining strategy or learning other practical business skills, etc. It just means your peace is no longer held hostage by there needing to be an immediate outcome from whatever your invitation was. So, this may be a very helpful question for you to sit with. Am I creating from inspiration and service or from pressure to prove my worth? Because people can feel the difference energetically immediately. When we create from fear, from urgency, from that need to be validated, our energy contracts. It goes in, it feels heavy. People can feel the heaviness of that kind of energy. But when we're creating from this genuine service and authenticity and alignment, and we're just here to give, to extend what we have already, what we have, because you can't give something that you don't have. So for you to be able to actually genuinely give, it means you already have it inside of you. And when we can do that, our energy opens. And sometimes that feeling of nothing happening is actually a season of preparation. That's how I want you to look at that. Because sometimes not having the result right away, what we're actually working on behind the scenes ourselves is that we're refining our message still, we're clarifying like who is it that I'm serving, we are strengthening our own trust that this is the offer that I'm here to do, this is what I am here to give, I am obsessed with this. We're releasing old identity patterns from past things that we may have done, past avenues that we may have gone down. So this is also, and this is probably the most important one out of all of them, is that we're also learning consistency without needing the external applause for us to keep going. Can we be consistent even when no one's clapping? Can we still refine our message even if no one's given us feedback? And just because it's silent doesn't mean that nobody's watching, that no one's getting it, that nobody wants what we've got. It just means we need more time to express. We need more time to refine it in our own bodies energetically, for us not to keep questioning whether this is the right move or not. So, are you willing to remain open? Are you willing to stay consistent? To continue to create, to continue to expand, to be curious. So I want you to be able to say, just to close your eyes and to ask Holy Spirit for guidance. And just to call out, Holy Spirit, I am asking for you to help me to release my need for validation, to release the need for me to see external validation as a sign of my worth, of my offer's worth, if this is going to be working or not. I know that what I'm here to do is what I'm here to do. And I'm here to extend love and continue to give what I have. And just asking for that support and really showing up to be truly helpful. I say this to my kids all the time. I'm like, "Was that helpful? Was that helpful?" When I can see their egos getting in the way, right? When fear attack thoughts come up and they start talking to their sister that way, it's like, "Was that helpful?" And so this is actually one of those questions that can really help you shift into clarity, help you shift into peace, is just saying, Holy Spirit, guide me into where I am truly helpful. If you're watching this on Substack, you're watching the video version. If you're on YouTube, podcasts, or Spotify, you're obviously just hearing my voice. You will notice if you're on Substack and you're watching the video version that when I talk to Holy Spirit, I tend to close my eyes. And I want to, and I, as I was doing that, I was closing my eyes and it just sort of made me think I should explain this as well. Is that this is a very helpful thing for me to do when I am calling in spirit support, that I close my human eyes because my human eyes is a different kind of vision than true vision, than the vision that is eternal, everlasting vision. And so when I'm speaking to spirit or speaking to God, I close my eyes because I really want to connect without my human vision being a part of that connection. So I just wanted to offer that as something that maybe you want to try yourself, an invitation for you to try yourself as well, because it's like, yeah, just super powerful. Okay. So those were two questions that I wanted to cover in this podcast episode. I've got more, and I would love to also invite you to come in, drop in, whether it's to even my DMs, if that's the only way you know how to reach me in this moment, but otherwise into my Substack. If you are a subscriber on my Substack, you can actually go into our Substack thread and you can ask questions that I will answer in one of my podcast episodes. And I am so excited to be able to do that. This is part of my life's work. And the more people that I can help align with God in their business, the more businesses we would have out there doing the most impactful work, extending love, and doing the work that's also going to help raise humanity, which Lord knows we need that right now. So go ahead, jump in, ask some questions, let me respond to them to the best of my ability. And it is my hope that this has been truly, truly helpful for you. So if this podcast episode spoke to you, it was meant for you. Stay close, subscribe, and I will be bringing you inside all of the mind miracles as we continue down this journey together.